Multiplayer games can bring out the worst in people. Sometimes it's screaming at your teammates. Sometimes it's breaking your controller or monitor. And other times, it's sending hate mail to other people. I get hate mail on the regular. I almost get it every day. And multiple times a day. Maybe I'm just an insufferable player. Maybe I'm just dislikable. The only thing I do know is that it's funny. From bangers like, we can play like that, don't worry, and you're so trash it hurts my head. Or the classic, reported. Today I'm going to show you the best hate mail that I've gotten. I've handpicked it from all of my messages. Some are recent, some aren't so recent, but these are some of the ones that have made me laugh the most. Now usually when I do get hate mail, I don't like to ignore them. I like to try and rage bait them even more because it makes me feel better knowing that I'm ruining someone's day. It fills me with jubilation to know that I stomped someone so hard, they felt the need to message me about it. Now it's hard to top this first one that I'm showing you, and this is my most recent one, because I had to turn off my inbox after this. I had to make sure the privacy settings were set to no one can message me after this, because this man, he ruined it for everyone. He killed the fun. So without further ado, here's our first one. Dogfights Q11. He messages me and says, 1v1. I said, why? He says, to prove a point. I said, not gonna lie, that's sad as hell. You okay? He says, just to prove no one on your team... I read that so wrong. No one on your team can 1v1. Now, you might see that some of these messages were deleted by PlayStation Safety, and we will get into that. So after that message, I said, I don't want to. And he says, that's what I thought. What's your favorite offline game? Now, obviously that's been deleted, but I remembered what he said. He asked me what my favorite offline game was. And I said something along the lines of 2 and 7, not worth my time, because he went 2 kills and 7 deaths in the game. And then he says, and there you have it. Have a nice time offline. Now, I've heard that a million times. It's a hollow threat. We all know this one. But that day was different. I actually got an email, and this is the email. You breached the PlayStation Network Code of Conduct. Dear Milk, we have removed certain content uploaded by your account from PlayStation Network. Why? We determined that this content uploaded from your account to message on PlayStation Network breached the Code of Conduct. Further offenses may lead to your temporary or permanent suspension from PlayStation Network, preventing you from interacting with other players. Now, I've had people report me many times before, but this is the first time it actually worked. And I was like, God damn. On one hand, I'm really happy that I made this guy so mad that he felt the need to do this. On the other hand, I don't want my account banned. That sucks. I didn't even breach the Code of Conduct. What the hell? So that explains why all these messages are deleted by PlayStation Safety. I ended up reporting him back because I was thinking, well, if you're going to report me and it's actually going to work, why don't I try it on you for actually harassing me and trying to get me banned? Because at the end of the day, I just played For Honor against this guy in a Dominion match and our team stomped his team. It wasn't a personal attack, it was a team fight. It was 4 people versus 4 people. I'm not sure why he didn't like me the most. So him messaging me and doing all this and doing all that and going through all these hoops is harassing me. And usually I don't really care. I think it's funny, as I said, but if you're going to try and get my account banned, then why not I try to do it back? I got a notification from PlayStation Safety about 10 minutes afterwards saying your report has gone through and he has been warned. So look, fair's fair. We both have a warning now, but it didn't need to happen, right? Like it's petty and it's childish and it's kind of cringe, to be honest, that, like you get that mad that you have to try and actually ban someone's account. Why? Because they beat you in a fighting game? Because they stomped you in a multiplayer game? Come on now. Now, I love this one because it's from a guy called Odin's Raven Eye. So he's not even Odin. He's not even like another cool character in Norse mythology. He's just the eyeball of Odin, which is an interesting choice of name, I'm not gonna lie. It's really giving me teenage Tumblr vibes right now. But anyway, he says, shouldn't have double teamed me. And I said, it's Dominion. And he says, yeah, I realize I was fighting fair and you didn't, so I drilled you. And I said, did I get on your nerves, G? And he says, little bit, yeah. Had to teach you a lesson. He's talking like a Batman goon. He's talking like a Joker goon, like a Batman villain. He's like, I gotta teach the bats a lesson. Like, it's so stupid. The context for this one is pretty funny because Odin's Raven Eye was on the opposite side and he was ganking a teammate of mine. So I proceeded to save my teammate and then gank him. And I guess he didn't like that I ganked him or stopped him from ganking my teammate just to gank him. I don't know. I'm not sure what was going through his head, but he's definitely a little bit mad. This happens more than you think on For Honor. People will be jumping each other and ganking each other in team-based game modes, but then when you do it to them, it's wrong. So the enemy team can jump you, but you can't jump them. It's a really weird thought process. I have no idea what they I have no idea. This one I absolutely love because I didn't reply because it was that funny. I think it was just needed to be left in the air, right? Some guy called TanQZ. He messages me after I save my teammate, a BP, from him, and he says, by the way, that BP plays Genshin Impact, so you have respect for Genshin Impact players. That's grouse, man. I love that so much. Now, the context of this one from Quajeld doesn't help at all. The context is just a normal Dominion match, but we lost the Dominion match, and this is my teammate sending me hate mail. He's making no coherent sense whatsoever. He starts off with, are you both in a party, or do you both just happen to be trash? I think he's talking about me and my duo, because we were more moving together, because obviously I trust my duo more than I trust randoms to gank. I said, the scoreboard said different. Because we were at the top of the scoreboard and he was on the bottom. He was going negative. He says, what did it say? That you follow your teammates around because you were scared to fight a 1v1? And I said, did you want a 1v1 with the opposing side ganking you? And he says, I want my teammates to use their brain and play objective so we can win. And I just said, are you all right? And he didn't reply after that. So this is another guy, I have no idea that the opposing team was ganking him, but he was mad that me and my duo were ganking the opposing team instead of winning. I have no idea. Some people, they're so filled with rage, they just go berserker rage and they don't see logical thought. It's so funny. This one is a fan favorite with me and my friends, and we often refer back to this all these years later. This guy just messages me. It was an Orochi on the other side. We ganked him. In fours again. This was in Dominion in a team-based game mode. He says, let's not do that, bud. Keep it friendly. Now, the amount of times me or my friends will reference this, let's not do that, bud. Keep it friendly now. Like, what are we talking about? Is he my mother? What is that? I said, what? Are you mad? He goes, your whole team's mad. Rep 163 and for what? Win your ones, clown. I said, why did you leave though? And he said, toxic game, you guys are no fun, lame players. And I said, okay, Zenitsu, you are just bad, LeMayo. Now, the Zenitsu part is because he had Zenitsu as his profile picture at the time. I'm guessing he's changed it now that I've, at the time of this screenshot, right? But I'll never understand why people think ganking in a fours. Again, why ganking in fours is bad. Go play duel. Go play, Brawl even. A lot of people fight 1v1 in Brawl. I have no idea why lame players This one's a good one too. Mega Nova 005. LOL trash. I said, are you mad? Nah, just start stating the fact that your whole team is trash. You main dodge attacks. Nice L, nice cope. Cause you don't require skill to beat. You lost though. Who lost? Now, this dude is just mad. He's not going to try and make any sense. He was just a Centurion that didn't know how to play the game other than doing a dodge attack, and he didn't get any kills. So, my whole team was obviously, beating his ass over and over. And, he doesn't really know how to play Cent, or whoever he was playing. I just remember he was spamming dodge attacks and just getting punished every time. And his excuse for being a bad player is that we are so bad, he doesn't need to use any skill to beat us, yet he didn't beat us. So, yeah, I mean, look, some people are just delusional. Now, as I said before, I love hate mail. I think it's so funny. I love rage baiting people because at the end of the day, it is the internet and you shouldn't get this mad over anything. But going back to Dogfight SQ11 and his report on me, that's when it becomes cringe, and I think that's when it goes too far, right? I can get mad at people, and I have gotten mad at people. I've played competitive multiplayer games my entire life, but I've never been so mad to the point that I wish that they didn't have their account. Unless they are cheating, griefing, or doing something to actively hurt the game they're playing, I will never go to this length. As any normal person would, right? Like, as any sane person should have that take. But I guess if you beat someone so hard, maybe they're having a bad day, maybe this Dogfights guy was just had a bad week and he needed to take it out on someone. But yeah, maybe they just are in such a bad place they have to go to these lengths. And to be honest, like, this is the reason why I just closed my DMs. I privated my account so you cannot message me if you're not my friend. And it's sad because I love these things, and I love interacting with people on the internet in this way, like, because it's just really funny. Again, it's just really fucking funny to me. But I can't have this happening. You know, I mean, I've had my account for years, and I don't want anyone banning it. I want to be able to play online. I want to be able to use all the features of my PlayStation account. I pay for the subscription just as much as anyone else. I never spread hate. I never spread maybe negativity in these DMs. Maybe I rage bait, so I won't say I won't spread negativity. I'm definitely rage baiting here, but I never spread hate speech or like slurs or anything like that. I don't abuse people. I don't harass people. And honestly, if we're really getting into the nitty gritty, this guy was harassing me, but it's not that deep, right? But to him, it is that deep. And, you know, it's sad I have to not have my DMs open anymore because me and my friends used to laugh at these all the time. I'd screenshot every single one and I'd post it in my group chat and we'd all have a laugh and we'd love it. But, you know, we can't risk this shit, you know what I mean? We can't risk getting our accounts banned for fucking no good reason. And this really does lead into something I wanted to talk about. I've spoken about it a few times on stream, but people keep asking me this question. And so I'm just going to, you know, say it here in this video, right? They say, Milk, or they ask, Milk, why did you stop playing For Honor every day? Why did you stop playing For Honor for so long? Because a lot of people know me from my For Honor content. My For Honor streaming was 5 days a week, every week for months and months. I obviously have played the game for very many years, and I love the game through and through. But when I got on social media, when I started creating content about For Honor, it really, really changed the entire dynamic. My chat slowly but surely turned into the most childish, toxic, and uninviting place on my live streams. My comment section was all sorts of toxicity. I think the most toxic game and the most toxic fan base for me personally on my types of content is my For Honor content. You get the most hateful comments, you get the most childish comments, like the most cringe comments, let me tell you that much. But I couldn't do it anymore, right? I couldn't stream For Honor 5 days a week, even though I loved it. And I loved the people that I played with, all my viewers that always came on to view and support me and play with me. I loved that so much, but those were the minority. The vast majority was just toxic, childish goobers that just couldn't play a game for fun. They had to criticize everything. They had to be negative about everything, and they just had to be really, really unfun to be around. They just didn't seem like good people. So I stopped. I started playing other games, right? I went and played all the other games that I love and that I played in my free time, but I was too scared to do it on stream because For Honor was comfortable for me. But it just came to a point where it wasn't comfortable. So I took a few months off, didn't stream it. I wanted all the people that knew me for Honor in a toxic way to leave, because that's not what I want my channel, my community, my live chats, my comment sections, my Discord. I don't want any of that to be the toxic place that it could be through For Honor, right? Now I'm back to playing For Honor every Friday. We have For Honor Fridays. I do live. I play with viewers. We have fun. And because I took that large break, all the toxic people kind of filtered out. They stopped watching me because they didn't want to watch Skyrim. They didn't want to watch, Darkest Dungeon. They didn't want to watch other games. They just wanted to watch For Honor, and they just wanted to be really critical of it, and they wanted to be amazing and comp level and all this sort of stuff. I'm not a comp level player. And if you come into my chat or you come over to my content and you think you're going to get comp level clips and comp level gameplay, you're in the wrong place. And I hated and I was sick of hearing about people just complain that I'm not at comp level. Like, brother, I'm not that. I never said I was that. I don't want to be that. If being at comp level means being as toxic and as childish as you guys, I don't want to be that, right? I'm very thankful for the community I have now and for the creators that are around me now, because these people play For Honor or they play other games and they are still just nice people. That's all I want, is just nice people. I don't care if you're good at the game, bad at the game. Doesn't matter what skill level you are. As long as you are fun to play with and a good person to be around, I'll be around you. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly speak on that because obviously I get a lot of people asking all the time. And no, I haven't quit For Honor. I still play it, again, every Friday's live. I play it For Honor Fridays. I have a new account now, so because of some privacy things. But yeah, so if you want to see For Honor and you want to play For Honor with me, I'm always open to. You can join my Discord and hit me up, or you can stop in on Fridays on YouTube and hit me up there. And yeah, we can play For Honor together. But if you were going to be some toxic, childish elitist, I don't want you there, right? I do not. You guys get banned instantly. I'm not having that shit anymore. It works wonders for my mental and for everyone else's mental, not having these people around. It really makes people feel better. So yeah, honestly, that's what I wanted to talk about today. A bit of a lighthearted thing and then a bit more of a serious thing, kind of, segueing into it. But yeah, like, I just think the For Honor community can be very childish, toxic, and cringe. And I think I want to avoid that part of it. I want to make my own kind of little part of it where it's nice and friendly and, it's actually fun to be around. So I'm glad that I'm building that, and I'm glad that you guys are a part of that as well. So for everyone who plays For Honor and isn't a absolute Looney Tune of a human being, thank you so much. Thank you for all the friendly people, all the welcoming people, and all the people that are good at the game, but know that it's just a game and it ain't that deep. I appreciate you all. But anyway, guys, remember to wash your face and brush your hair. I want you to have a good day and a good night. I want you to stay safe and take care. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. See ya.